that's obviously in English.
I would like to congratulate the brother, mashallah. Mashallah came up on the microphone and asked the question. His question is that which is the best book if you want knowledge about Islam in English? The best book, brother, is in English would be the translation of the glorious Quran. The glorious Quran, if there is something like the Old Testament and the New Testament, the glorious Quran is the last testament of Almighty God. If the Christians believe in the Old Testament, New Testament, glorious Quran is the last and final testament of Almighty God. The best book you can read is the translation of the glorious Quran. And there are various translations available. One of the good ones is by Sahih International, written by 3 American ladies, and I'm sure Islam Bradford has a copy of that and had gone to the center. So, and I would request them, if it's available here, to give a gift of the copy of the translation of the glorious Quran. This word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the glorious Quran, it is the most positive book in the world. It is a proclamation to humanity. It is a fountain of mercy and wisdom, a warning to the heedless. It is an assurance to those in doubt. It is a solace to the suffering and a hope to those in despair. So the best book, brother, is this. And there are other books also, various books, depending what is your field of interest. Normally, I prefer, because there are various aspects, I prefer when I speak to a non-Muslim, depending upon his field of interest. If he likes science, I would give a book on Quran and science. Depend upon what is interest in that way. But the best book is the Quran. Along with the Quran, there are other books, for example, Understanding Islam, written by I. Ibrahim, which I feel even that's available in the center at Islam Bradford. Surely I would request the organization to give you a few of the booklets. And the best guide is the Quran. And the Quran also has an index. One way of reading the Quran is reading from first page to last page. Second is that you want to know what does the Quran speak about Jesus, peace be upon him. Then you open the index, look under J, it will mention there. His birth, Surah Al-Imran, chapter number 3, verse 42, 43, 44. وَإِسْقَالَتِ الْمَلَائِكَةُ يَا مَرْيَمُ إِنَّ اللَّهَ اصْطَفَاكِ وَطَهَّرَكِ وَاصْطَفَاكِ تَعْنَةَ الْعَالَمِينَ. That, behold, the angel said, O Mary. And this is a good index. You want to know what the Quran speaks about women? Look at W. So in this way, depending upon the subject you want, you will come to know what is mentioned in the last and final revelation. And I would request you to read one of my booklets, which is Similarities Between Islam and Christianity. And there is a video cassette also on that topic. The tape would be preferable, where I have tried and point out that leave aside the differences. What differences we have is separate. At least let us agree to follow what is common in the Bible and the Quran. If you read the Bible and the Quran, both the Bible and the Quran both say that you should believe in one God. And I've given all the references from the Bible, from the Quran. It's a long talk. Both the Bible and the Quran say that you should believe in the last and final messenger. There are various prophecies of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam given in the Bible. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter number 18, verse number 18. In the book of Isaiah, chapter number 29, verse number 12. In the Song of Solomon, chapter number 5, verse number 16. In the Gospel of John, chapter number 14, verse number 16. In the Gospel of John, chapter number 15, verse number 26. There are various references I've given, and you can give a talk only on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Bible. You can give a talk on concept of God in Christianity. So in this way, inshallah, when you read the Quran and read these booklets, inshallah, may Allah give you hidayah. Hope that answers the question better.
If anybody wants any literature from Islam Bradford, then please come and speak to me afterwards. We'll take a question from the sisters. It is said more women will go to hell than men. Does this make the statement women are the source of evil correct?
The sisters asked the question that more women will go to hell. It's a hadith. Does it mean that women are the source of evil? That's half of the hadith. The complete hadith is that the beloved Prophet ﷺ said that more women will be to hell because the women, they gossip. That's one of the reasons. But logically, just to cut the answer short, as in the world there are more women than men, so but natural, even in... Hope that answers the question.
Take a question from the center.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Tuhel from Leeds. As you know, the Muslims of the years have declined in the areas of science, technology, and other fields. Now, why have we declined recently, and why are the Muslim nations bowing to Western countries for technological help and other help?
Well, that's a very good question, that why have the Muslims declined in terms of science and technology? Why do we look up to the Western world, etc.? If you read history, from the 8th to the 12th centuries, the Europeans, they called it as the Dark Ages. Dark for whom? Dark for the Europeans. The amount of advances the Muslim Arabs made is phenomenal. It was the golden age. And if you read history, as I told you earlier, the person who drew the first world map was Al-Idrisi, 1154. In mathematics, the Indians had known about the zero. The Arabs came, they got that and invented, they put the decimal point. So therefore, reason what we call the numerals, it's known Arabic numerals. That 1, 2, 3, 4. The right word for that is Arabic numerals. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is by the Arabs. In trigonometry, if you know, the person who was an expert, Al-Biruni, he was expert. The Pythagoras theorem, the square of the opposite side is equal to the sum of the other two sides of the triangle. It was Al-Tusi. So when we read history, Muslims on top of the world. The father of chemistry, who is he? You know, we read in the book, Geber. It is Jabir ibn Hayyan. They want to westernize the name, Geber. Sounds like a westerner. It is Jabir ibn Hayyan, Geber. We read in school, the person who discovered the blood circulation, William Harvey. And 400 years before William Harvey, it was Ibn Nafis. Ibn Nafis was the first person who described the blood circulation. But in the books we read about William Harvey, no one knows about Ibn Nafis. In medicine, Razi, Muhammad, Shakir, they were experts. In chemistry, in medicine, in smallpox, we know the Aristotle of the East. Aristotle of the East. Avicenna. Ali ibn Sina. In Avicenna. So we think it's the Westerner, Avicenna. It is Ali ibn Sina. I can give hundreds of names of Muslim scientists, but I agree with you. Now, the Muslims have declined. We Muslims on top of the world. The reasons today the Muslims have declined and we're on the receiving end is because that time we were close to our religion. Now Muslims have gone away from our religion, away from Quran and Sahih Hadith. The Westerners have advanced because they too have gone away from the religion. We have declined because we have gone away from our religion. The Westerners have advanced because they too have gone away from their religion. Their religion is not haqq, our religion is haqq. The reason we have gone away from Quran and Sunnah, that's the reason we are in this situation. If we go back to Quran and the Sahih Hadith and implement the guidance given by Allah and His Rasul, inshallah, once again we'll be on top of the world. I hope that answers the question.